Tony D and Little Joan with a screenwriter's rant on The Passenger, a zombie comedy horror movie. You know I love these. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. Links in the description. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys. Books 1 through 8. So I think this movie is Spanish. I'm going to guess. But these people are going on a trip. And I think the driver is their guide, who claims to be an ex-matador, but they don't believe him. She's got a scar on her face, I think. Anyhow, they're going on this road trip, and he wants to go see a bull, because he's an ex-matador, and if you don't see the bull, it's bad luck. And then it's not a typical zombie movie. He runs into a guy on the road who's infested with some sort of alien that infests you with zombies. And then here the girl, I think, gets infected. And then later another zombie attacks them. It's kind of hard to tell. I'm not sure who the main character is. But it seems pretty nasty what happens. So they're trying to survive, and of course, just like on any zombie, one by one they're getting killed and infected. So it's more of an alien zombie movie. I don't know if they're family or what. So they might be family. They might be just be joking. Let's see. Dark Star Pictures and Bloody Disgusting, I've heard of them, present The Passenger. Directed by Fernando Gonzalez Gomez and Raul Cerezo. Okay. Let's see. Do we have a screenwriting credit here? Yes, Luis Sanchez Pollack. Okay. And let's see. Any of these guys in the cast? A lot of times that's a thing. No. Okay. So separate cast, separate directors, separate screenwriter. 2 directors, actually. Interesting. A film by Persons Film and La Dahlia Films. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 executive producers. All right. So looks pretty standard. Looks good though. I mean, it's got a good look to it. I like the look of the logo, and this shot is very nice. The van and the moon, really big in the background. It moves kind of fast. This is gross. I guess this is the alien or whatever infecting them. I'm not exactly sure what is the deal here, but it appears to be different than a regular zombie movie, right? It appears to be a step above in that it's got some effects here too, but basically it's going to be a zombie movie where like there's some alien monster or something. So I'm not sure who all the passengers are or who the passenger is. I assume it's a reference to the alien being. I guess the girl gets infected, and she's the one who gets infected and then spreads it to the others. So here's a zombie there. This guy seems like the main character, but I'm not sure. Seems like he has all the lines and all the action, and the girl does too. Here, okay, so this looks like the girl in red earlier in the trailer gets infected, and then you can see this thing, whatever it is, shoot out of her mouth and wrap around this guy's neck. Oh, and that's the driver. Okay, so he probably gets out of that, I'm guessing. I don't know. It's called The Passenger. So my guess, first act, and since this is I'm assuming a Spanish film or maybe South American film. I'm thinking Spanish for some reason, but whatever, you know, definitely a Spanish country, let's say. First act, they're going on their trip. You establish all the characters. They don't get along for various reasons. They've all got their deals. End of the first act, he hits the guy on the road. Weird guy on the road. He splits apart. They get out of the car. It's dark by this time. One of them gets infected. Act 2. They try to continue on with their trip. Maybe they get some data about a zombie plague or something, or satellite falling like you sometimes get in movies. At some point, the person who's infected starts to change or get sick, and they have to stop somewhere and check it out. And so they do, and slowly they get sicker and sicker until finally they turn into one of these things and they kill one of the other people, right? And then that sort of starts the ball rolling. And it's the learning curve over the course of the second act. Probably the driver is the guy. I think he's the main guy. He gets on point and realizes, oh my God, we got to kill these things. And so he starts killing them. Third act, it could go a bunch of different ways because, you know, when you're talking a foreign movie, it's not going to end like a typical movie. They have different sensibilities in other countries. So it may end that they all die. It could end that, you know, it could go the other way, the lightest possible ending, which is not only does he not die, but he fixes everything and even brings these people back to life. Probably not. Or he captures the zombies and then uses them in a funny way and starts a business with, I don't know, the zombies or whatever. I don't think they're quite zombies, though. So, or he kills the alien being, whatever the hell it is, and just goes on with his life. I don't know. Kind of hard to read. The trailer's not great. You know, the subtitles, the dialogue's pretty punchy and quick, and so it's hard to read in the subtitles. I actually had to watch this twice, and it was hard to read both times. It's really fast. That's a problem. If it's going to be dialogue driven and comedy driven, and it's going to not be in English, it's going to be subtitled, it's going to be a problem because the audience is trying to follow the movie. They're trying to look at the expressions and the actions of the actors, and they're trying to follow the dialogue. If you don't speak Spanish, guess you're S out of luck. So on top of that, you know, comedy doesn't always translate well. So there's going to be things that are done in Spanish comedies that just won't jibe with the sensibilities of people who live in America or the UK or wherever. So, but the horror angle should translate pretty well, and it is a zombie movie, so, you know, it's kind of a box that we all know, and there's pretty set parameters there. It does look a little different. I do like the effects. They got a weird thing with the skin kind of melting off, or pulling off, or being coated by something that has to be pulled off, which is kind of creepy and weird. And then you got the tongue shooting out, and so there's some interesting effects going on. So I think from in terms of a monster movie, a zombie movie, I think this would be pretty watchable. I'd certainly watch it. I don't know what it's on. Another way they drop the ball is there's really no information, and I even looked on the IMDb here, and there's no information on this one. So yeah, really need to put the date that this is available somewhere in here, even if you just give us a general idea. And I realize this could have been a movie that stacked up during the pandemic. It could have been. It doesn't feel like that, but it could have been. So, but you could always go back and re-edit this. I mean, you only got how many views? Yeah, you only got about 3,000 views on this thing. That's not, for a movie, that's pretty low. You could always go back and post it again with the updated information. You know, you can go right into one of these trailers, right into the video that you already posted with all these hits, and then just tack on the date when you get it, even if it's just a general date, like fall 2022. Like, that's enough. At least I can, you know, start looking for it. If I really like the movie and I want to keep my eye out for it, at least give me a general idea when it's coming out. Now, for this, for America, it's probably not going to hit the theaters. It's in Spanish, so I mean, it might hit a theater in a Spanish community. That's possible. It's, you know, but outside of that, probably not. This looks like a movie that would be on Netflix. You know, they've been buying up a lot of foreign movies to run. I don't know how much they're going to buy up now, though. Anywho, it looks cool. I'd watch this, but I love zombie movies. I pretty much watch almost any zombie movie unless it's really, really bad. All right, that's it for me. Tony D and Little Joan. Check us out on Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more base takes. I will be in Mullica Hill on Saturday, unless it pours rain. We do have a rain date for the Mullica Hill Arts and Crafts Show, and that is the next day on Sunday. Not sure how the weather's going to be, but I think it will be passable. I'm fingers crossed. So either way, one of those days, and we'll see you tomorrow.